family, home, or business with 24/7 armed response.
Perimeter secure.
Remember, Amera guards it.
Lithia Subaru of Fresno proudly supports tonight's first segment of local news that matters. Lithia Subaru of Fresno. Subaru. Confidence in motion. KSEE 24 News begins with your forecast first from your local weather authority.
Good Friday night to you. I'm KSEE 24 meteorologist Justin Sacher. We have a nice calm night on us here, but temperatures will be warming. For the next few days, we'll be back into the 90s and then some. Let's take a look live through our ValleyCam network. Right now, this is our KSEE 24 ValleyCam up above our studios where it is 76 degrees. In the 60s already elsewhere, including Madera at 68, 65, Visalia right now and 64 in Hanford. Now temperatures will continue their warming trend. 95 tomorrow, 96 Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and on in your local weather authority forecast. KSEE 24 News at 11 starts now.
Local news that matters. This is KSEE 24 News at 11.
Governor Newsom signed a bill today removing a controversial term considered racist and sexist from California. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jennifer Ortega. After a year of dedication and long hours of practice, some Clovis North band members learned they won't be able to participate in this year's Thanksgiving Day parade due to vaccine restrictions. Juanita Damage spoke to one of the students and his parents.
The news was hard to take. They found out just 1 month ago about these regulations. They feel that this entire experience has been unfair and for nothing. Clovis North band members learned nearly a year ago that they were one of the groups selected to play at this year's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. But for some students,
practice, 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 practice. Oh, by the way, you can't go now.
Those hopes were crushed last month.
It's a bit saddening, I guess you could say. It was kind of put on us, in my opinion, a little last minute.
Sarkis Kalanjian is a senior at Clovis North. He's been playing his alto sax since he was in the 4th grade.
The friends and stuff that you make there are just, it's a great experience. All the competitions, I still remember my first competitions when I was still freshman year.
Sarkis, along with the rest of his band members, found out on August 1st that vaccine requirements had changed. A statement from Spirit Productions was sent to participants and read in part, as part of this year's health and safety plan, all participants in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade must be fully vaccinated against COVID-19 in order to participate.
We're trying to deal with it the best we can.
Sarkis said that about 20 of his band members, including himself, are not vaccinated and won't be able to go.
The specific people that are coming out are definitely stronger players.
With the news of the pandemic being over, they hope Macy's can ease some of those restrictions.
You know, when the president says, you know, COVID's pretty much over with, the state of New York said, you know, everything's downgraded now. But yet the Macy's Day Parade people are saying, we still won't take you. But these kids have been fundraising for over a year, you know, because it's over $4,000 per child. Wow. So you're talking the trip over there, umpteen instruments, a week over there, you know, and then, you know, plus the food and everything else.
Now, there is a GoFundMe account for the Clovis North Band. They are hoping, though, that there are some changes and they will still be able to go. Reporting in Fresno, Juanita Adame, KSEE 24, local news that matters.
More details now at 11. A bill to remove the word squaw from names of towns, cities, and places across the state by 2025 was signed by Governor Gavin Newsom on today, which is also Native American Day. With a bill in place, Fresno County's Squaw Valley would require to undergo a name change, a topic that has been the center of a heated debate. Catherine Phillips has the details.
After it got passed by the California State Legislature, Governor Gavin Newsom has signed Assembly Bill 2022 into law. The law calls for the removal of the word squaw from city, town, and place names across California, a term that is often perceived as derogatory, racist, and sexist to many Native Americans, especially Native women. The bill signing comes as U.S. Secretary of the Interior Deb Haaland calls for the removal of the word squaw from 650 place names across the country. To Jamie Nelson, who has worked towards the removal of the word squaw from place names, says that these moves are much needed.
It is about time. It's a very small step, but it's a significant step.
Despite many saying the word is offensive, there has been pushback. Many in the Fresno County town of Squaw Valley are opposed to having the town name changed, as seen during Tuesday night's heated community meeting. Many who live there say they are of Native American heritage and don't find the word offensive.
How insulting for somebody else to come around 100 years later and want to change that.
Does that mean that my grandmother, when she would call me her little squaw, was telling me something negative and derogative?
Still, Nelson says he disagrees and is glad the bill passed. Cities and towns now have until the year 2025 to come up with and establish new names.
I do expect pushback, but I'm not sure what they can do.
Reporting in Fresno, Catherine Phillips, KSEE 24, local news that matters.
Fresno County Public Health is responding after a TikTok went viral where a street vendor got his food thrown away. The health department saying they were following state regulations. Our Natalie Vera has more.
This viral video involving a teenage food vendor continues bringing up questions about the way public health workers handled the encounter. Karina Rodriguez shot the clip when she saw county workers talking to 16-year-old Edgar Toll and tossing out his food. The Bakersfield high schooler did not have a permit to sell. She says she thought it was unfair. It happened last Friday night outside the Safe Mart Center after a concert. The food cart was confiscated too.
You really have to err on the side of caution and just assume that if it's not permitted and that it can't be guaranteed to be safe for public consumption, that it really has to be thrown away.
During a press conference, the Department of Public Health explained they were simply following state regulations.
We do not target any person or business due to race, ethnicity, or culture.
Officials say the Safe Mart Center requested the inspection. Edgar and 6 other vendors were cited last Friday.
We have no way to ensure the food is safely stored, prepared, or handled.
Public Health says the permitting process can vary depending on what you want to sell, but they say they have multilingual staff members that can guide you. They're also looking to work with the city and the Street Vendor Association.
I really hope that City of Fresno will definitely come to the table and really be part of our brainstorming sessions.
Public Health adds that vendors can get their carts back by paying a $196 fee. In the meantime, Karina says she continues supporting vendors as a consumer and encourages them to get a permit. She also launched this GoFundMe campaign to help Edgar pay for permit fees and get a new cart. In Fresno, I'm Natalie Vera, KSEE 24, local news that matters.
The Fresno County Department of Public Health reports Fresno has entered the lower tier of COVID community transmission, but they've also confirmed the first positive case and death from the mosquito-borne illness, St. Louis encephalitis, also known as SLE. Our Liv Johnson has updates from the health department.
Interim Health Director Dr. Ray Svora started Friday's press conference with the good news. Fresno County is now in the low tier of COVID community transmission as designated by CDC indicators.
And currently we have 100 individuals hospitalized. That number is going down slowly. I'd love to see it dip into the double digits as low as possible. But we're having beautiful fall weather. The numbers are really aligning, and we are now, as of I think just yesterday or the day before, in the low tier.
Dr. Vora says the monkeypox statistics also look good. Fresno County has had 31 confirmed cases and administered 800 vials of the vaccine. According to Assistant Director Joe Prado, cases are down in the Bay Area, which is a good sign for the rest of the state.
The big metropolitan areas usually increase in cases, and then we have a little of a lag effect. And so right now, we really haven't seen a significant increase in cases within the past 10 days.
State and local officials also keeping an eye out on the mosquito-borne illness, St. Louis encephalitis, also known as SLE. Fresno County has confirmed its first case and death. The virus is spread by mosquitoes and can produce inflammation of the brain, but cannot be transmitted through human contact. Catherine Ramirez with the Consolidated Mosquito Abatement District says to try and cover up or use repellent when possible.
So any exposed skin, you either want to cover it or you want to use insect repellent. When we recommend DEET, oil of lemon eucalyptus, picaridin, IR 3535. So there's a variety of different repellents you can choose from.
Liv Johnson, KSEE 24, local news that matters.
Still to come on KSEE 24 News at 11, a seal on the loose that invaded police with one neighborhood. We'll tell you about Schubert, who refused to be caught unless it was on his own terms.
And we'll be seeing temperatures that'll be warming, even though we just started autumn yesterday. I've got the latest next in your local weather authority forecast. First, your local allergy forecast from the Boz Allergy, Asthma, and Sinus.
The U.S. Hispanic population reached 62.1 million in 2020. That is 19% of all Americans and making it the nation's second largest racial or ethnic group. It's also one of the fastest growing groups. In 1970, Hispanics made up 5% of the U.S. population. The Hispanic population has now grown more than sixfold.
Hispanic Heritage, Thursdays at 5 on KSEE 24, sponsored by the Clovis Police Department and BD&J Personal Injury Lawyers.
The 2022 Subaru Crosstrek is as powerful as your sense of adventure. Its 182 horsepower Subaru Boxer engine makes exploring fun. Sure-footed symmetrical all-wheel drive is standard. And the Crosstrek has the best resale value in its class for 2 years running. Love. It's what makes Subaru, Subaru.
Get to Subaru at Fresno, where every new Subaru comes with complimentary maintenance included.
Hey everyone, today we have an all-new show. John Hamm will be here. Journey Smollett will be joining us. Plus, we'll have music from the Smashing Pumpkins and an all-new thank you note tonight.
New Tonight Show on NBC.
If you don't have a primary care doctor for your family, Premium Urgent Care provides all general health services at multiple Valley locations. Set your appointment online and Premium Urgent Care will serve you quickly for the health of those you love. Get quality care at Premium Urgent Care today.
For decades, I've worked at the intersection of domestic violence and homelessness. So when Prop 27 promised solutions to homelessness, I took a good hard look. It's not a solution. 90% of the money goes to the out-of-state corporations who wrote it. Very little is left for the homeless. Don't let corporations exploit homelessness to pad their profits. Vote no on 27.
If you don't have a primary care doctor for your family, Premium Urgent Care provides all general health services at multiple Valley locations. Set your appointment online and Premium Urgent Care will serve you quickly for the health of those you love. Get quality care at Premium Urgent Care today.
KSEE 24 News is brought to you in part by the Big Fresno Fair.
We have a dry week ahead, and winter this year is looking to remain on the dry side. We are in an extreme drought here in the exceptional level as defined by the USDA in this dark red circle that covers Central California all the way down to Southern California. There's severe drought elsewhere, and we're still looking at very little, if any, rainfall to come in the next 7 days. 91 the high today in Fresno, so running above average once again. 90 in Visalia, and on average this time of year, highs reach 89 degrees here in Fresno. 61 was our overnight low early this morning, and that average is 62, so fairly close to there, but nowhere close to those triple-digit records, which is 105 100 years ago. 76 degrees outside right now in Fresno. It's 65 in Visalia and 68 in Madera. Temperatures will be getting warmer as we go through the weekend this weekend, and air quality will be worsening. This dome of high pressure that we're looking at that's helping keep temperatures warming up day by day, as well as keeping the clouds and showers away from us, will be contributing to worsening air quality. Right now, the San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution Control District forecasts moderate air quality for Fresno and Tulare counties, and this will get worse over the next few days as temperatures continue to warm. Today, there were a few light showers down in the very southern end of California. Some of this monsoon moisture that's been in Arizona is a lot lighter than it was a few weeks ago, but it's really not much to cause any significant showers in our area. Off the coast of California, chances for some spotty showers over the next couple days. The next next rainmaker to enter the west coast of the U.S. will likely go too far to the north to really affect us, and the rain associated with it may just end up skipping the valley. So things are still looking fairly dry even as we see that next storm system approach. Your renewable solar forecast with 24,000 megawatt hours of solar electricity generation in your home equipment set for tomorrow, 22 on Sunday and Monday. That puts us in the 9s and 8s on the solar power index. Temperatures tonight will be warmer by a couple degrees. In Hanford, 59, Visalia, 59, 63 for Fresno, Madera at 58. Of the mountains, 52 for Oakhurst, 46 Yosemite Valley and Mariposa, 61 degrees. Now, your temperatures in the mountains tomorrow will be now reaching the 90-degree mark in Yosemite Valley, 92 in Auberry, and Fresno, a warmer 95. And it does look like there'll be a little more warming for the first few days of the work week ahead. So a look at your extended forecast shows the jump to 95 degrees for tomorrow, 96 for Sunday. And keeping in mind that our average high this time of year is 89 and soon to be 88, we're still going to be above that average all the way through the week ahead here until basically we go into the next week and remaining dry. You can get the latest on our website, yourcentralvalley.com.
Well, Justin, like we said, at least we're not in those triple digits.
Yeah, it's a big difference from that.
It really is. Thank you so much. Coming up next in sports, Aaron Judge continues to be a must-see TV. Andrew Martin is next in Sports Central.
Many places full of history mark the valley. Join me as I take you on a tour of the people and places that made history right here in our backyard. This week, an Aztec connection to a Central Valley town on the map. Thursdays at 6 on KSEE 24.
If I don't get dialysis 3 days a week, I will die. I want to live. I have nowhere to go if my clinic shut down. I am collateral damage. Please vote no on 29.
Politician David Valadao. He says he's fighting for Valley families, then puts himself first in Washington. Valadao voted against economic relief for us during COVID, but his family business collected thousands in government relief. With prices surging, Valadao opposed raising the minimum wage. Valadao even sided with drug makers, refusing to cap insulin prices. Congress is working great for David Valadao, but Valadao's not working for us. DCCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Gas prices have almost doubled for me.
I think it's almost tripled. $150.
Didn't fill it up.
It's not a good feeling. It hurts a little more every time. We had a chance to lower the gas tax. Rudy Salas didn't back it.
What did he do? Stood around, he did nothing.
Yeah, he didn't even show up for the votes.
Typical politician, living the high life. Rudy Salas is listening to his donors. He's not listening to us. He doesn't really care about us.
Rudy Salas is in it for himself.
Definitely not the kind of guy we need in Congress.
Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
We believe in care that goes the extra mile without having to drive miles to another city. We believe leading-edge technology is only as good as the people who use it. And we believe a healthy brain requires a team of the brightest minds. At Community Neurosciences Institute, we provide our patients with unrivaled care and attention for every step of their journey right here at home. It's just one of the many reasons a healthier community starts here.
Turned hard-working days into happy nights. Our battery 8K homeowner system starts at just $199.99. Real steel. Find yours at over 10,000 local steel dealers.
If I don't get dialysis 3 days a week, I will die. I want to live. I have nowhere to go if my clinic shut down. I am collateral damage. Please vote no on 29.
Live drawing of Granville Home of Hope, Wednesday on KSEE 24. Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
If you're the one who catches Aaron Judge's 62nd home run ball, what do you do with it? It's a problem we'd all love to have. According to the Action Network, there's an auction house that is willing to pay $2 million for it. The kid who caught Judge's 60th home run ball gave it back to him for free. That was a really nice gesture, but he could have made a lot of money. So again, what do you do? The Action Network has some tips. First thing is to get Major League Baseball to verify the ball's authenticity. That should not take very long because the balls that are being thrown to Aaron Judge are different than the balls being thrown to everyone else. Next, if you do decide to give the ball back to the ex-Bulldog, it is recommended that you ask for something game used in return. Chances are you won't get his jersey or his bat, but batting gloves, cleats, wristbands. If instead you decide to hold on to the ball, figure out where to keep it while you shop for auction houses. It is recommended to not keep it at home. And while all of this is happening, it is suggested to do as many interviews as possible. The more publicity, the higher the price. To football, today is Logan Fife's birthday. He's the Bulldogs' backup quarterback who played in the second half last weekend against USC after Jake Haener got hurt. It was the first game action for Fife since the season opener in 2021. Ironically, the Bulldogs played UConn in that game. That's their next opponent after the bye week. No bye this week for Washington. The Huskies are rolling 3-0 and ranked 18th in the country after they beat Michigan State last week. Head coach Kalen DeBoer, who was Fresno State's head coach the past 2 seasons, will now lead his team into its first conference game against Stanford.
We've set this up not just this week for this moment. We've set this up ever since we got here. The 1-0 mindset and just moving forward, and whether it be the adversity, okay, and we talk about adversity and the response to adversity.
NFL news, Derek Carr won't have Hunter Renfrow to throw to when the Raiders face the Titans on Sunday. Renfrow is out with a concussion. Rough week for Hunter Renfrow. He lost a fumble in overtime last week that the Cardinals returned for the game-winning touchdown. And that's a look at sports. We'll be right back.
When you have connections, life is good. And life's really good for Sacramento politician Adam Gray. You paid his salary and benefits most of his adult life. Gray took lavish trips and gifts from special interests. Gray played the system. Even his scandal-ridden father-in-law got in on the gig. Registered as a state lobbyist once Gray got elected. Adam Gray, he's connected the Sacramento way. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
The middle of nowhere. The kind of place where if something's gonna go wrong, it's gonna happen here. Good thing you're the type of person who maintains your Toyota at a Toyota Service Center, where Toyota-trained technicians service your vehicle using genuine Toyota parts. So go ahead. Take the road less traveled. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
You have to look at stories in terms of what matters to regular people. Get away from the fringes and the special interests. There is no reason to magnify the smallest voice just because of how angry and vicious it is. Magnify what matters. Bring to light what is being ignored. You will watch this show and see that the job is done the right way. We don't play the game. We change the game.
It wasn't drought that killed this orchard. It was politicians. Restricting water, driving up prices on everything, from gas to housing to food. I'm John Duarte. I'm a farmer and businessman. I'll work with Republicans and Democrats to bring back water and jobs and bring down sky-high prices so families can thrive again. I will do whatever it takes to save our valley. I'm John Duarte, and I approve this message. Let's send a farmer to Congress.
Whoa, check out Scott's sneaks.
Sweet. Hey, you can win your own. Just go to our contest page at yourcentralvalley.com. Every month, City Stars gives $100 towards your new pair.
Nice.
Check out Scott Sneaks, a new pair featured each week on KC24's Bulldog Insider. Now yourcentralvalley.com, pros who know.
By using third-party financing with competitive programs, your new smile can be affordable and easy. Call Better Life today to see if you qualify.
For more expert advice, go to yourcentralvalley.com/pros who know.
Get ready for a fun and colorful hot air balloon display. The 47th annual Clovis Fest kicks off tomorrow morning. Gabe Salazar joins us on how you can take your weekend plans to new heights.
Crews firing up the fun at the Clovis Rodeo Grounds, getting ready to launch the 47th Clovis Fest. This year, we were the first ones to go up. We have just now lifted off. We are about 200 feet off the ground, but this thing can go up to just under 18,000 feet. With this lever, our pilot David Wakefield can control how high or low we can go. But other than that, the direction of the balloon really just depends on where the wind takes you.
I just climbed a little bit because I didn't want to risk turning into those palm trees.
Wakefield says this year's fest is expected to bring perfect flying conditions. On our flight, we soared over homes in Clovis, surprising drivers who weren't expecting to see the balloon so close to them. Avoiding any potential hazards that may scratch or puncture the balloon, we make our descent. The trickiest part for these pilots is to find a safe place to land. Right now, we just landed in a residential area in Clovis, and they're deflating the balloon right now.
When you get your feet on the ground, there's a certain exhale.
Tethered rides will be offered at Clovis Fest for $15 per ride. Old Town Clovis will be filled with live performances at International Village. And you can get your beer fix at the Michelob Ultra Beer Garden.
From my perspective, it seems like we get 10 to 15,000 people here every year.
Gabe Salazar, KSEE24, local news that matters.
I need to head out there this week, and that looks like a lot of fun. The Greg Kearney Barbecue Smokeout is tomorrow at Kearney Park. It's full of a competition for barbecue, side dishes, desserts, music, and much more. The event will feature nearly 50 competitors from around the country doing their best to win the prize of $8,000 awarded across 4 categories and a grand champion. Gates will open at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Tickets are available at the gate. It's $15 to get in, or you can buy a tasting ticket ranging from $30 to $35 for adults and $20 for children. Coming up on KSEE24 News at 11, the story of a seal that was hanging out in a neighborhood pond. We'll tell you how this mischievous marine mammal evaded capture until he was good and ready.
When you have connections, life is good. And life's really good for Sacramento politician Adam Gray. You paid his salary and benefits most of his adult life. Gray took lavish trips and gifts from special interests. Gray played the system. Even his scandal-ridden father-in-law got in on the gig. Registered as a state lobbyist once Gray got elected. Adam Gray, he's connected the Sacramento way. Congressional Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Want a permanent solution to homelessness? You won't get it with Prop 27. It was written and funded by out-of-state corporations to permanently maximize profits, not homeless funding. 90% of the profits go to out-of-state corporations permanently. Only pennies on the dollar for the homeless permanently. And with loopholes, the homeless get even less permanently. Prop 27. They didn't write it for the homeless. They wrote it for themselves.
When nature calls, make sure you're ready to answer. With the most awarded lineup of SUVs ever. Get great offers on our entire Jeep lineup during Jeep Adventure Days. Come experience the Clovis difference.
If you don't have a primary care doctor for your family, Premium Urgent Care provides all general health services at multiple Valley locations. Set your appointment online and Premium Urgent Care will serve you quickly for the health of those you love. Get quality care at Premium Urgent Care today.
High prices, crime, homelessness. California has problems. We need a problem solver like Mark Pazin, a law enforcement leader respected by Democrats and Republicans. Mark Pazin is a bipartisan problem solver who will cut taxes and lower prices, solve homelessness, and take on crime.
I'm Mark Pazin. I spent my life working to protect California, and I'll clean up Sacramento and make sure it works for you again. I'll get the job done.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. The Silverado with the 2.7-liter turbo engine travels over 400 miles on a full tank of gas. Plus, now during truck season, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward a new Chevy truck with accessories. Visit your participating Central Valley Chevrolet dealers.
After a long week at work, all I want is for someone to show me the green. Each Friday in September, Tachi Palace is giving 18 winners a chance to win up to $5,000 in cash. And on the final Friday of the month, they're doubling it with a grand prize of up to $10,000. Again, in cash. So don't begin your weekend blue when Tachi will show you the green. See Premier Club for details, only at Tachi Palace Casino Resort in Lemoore.
We'd like to introduce you to Schubert. This is one of the mischievous seals that had been playing in a pond in Beverly, Massachusetts. He evaded police boats and nets to the point where they gave up chase. But then in a strange turn of events, police say that in the middle of the night, Schubert waded out the water across a parking lot and straight in front of the doorstep of a police station. Officers notified the team at Mystic Aquarium right away. He will be releasing him back into the ocean this weekend. How cute is that?
He's not in trouble.
No, he's not in trouble.
He's going back home.
And of course, this is a very sad night. Justin, this is our last newscast with you. You've been such a wonderful person to work with.
Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, I'm going to miss everybody here. 14 years.
I know, such a long time.
Yeah. Fresno's home, and I'll be seeing everybody all around.
We're really going to miss you. He's been such a wonderful asset to our team for those 14 years, and you brought such joy and smiles to everyone and all our colleagues.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's a pleasure working with you. And that does it for us here at KSEE 24 News. Have a wonderful evening, and we wish Justin the very best. Good night.
KSEE 24 drew the winner of a new Fresno Lexus and helped raise $37,300 for 12 local nonprofits during the KSEE 24 telethon. Tickets are limited, so get yours before the live Granville Home of Hope giveaway Wednesday at 6:30 on KSEE 24.
If you don't have a primary care doctor for your family,